I spent nearly 2 hours playing this video game today, the one that you see before you, just completing the daily quests. Now, earlier I was recording this video and I was going through the dailies, all the daily quests, the advanced quests, and I wanted to show a video of how long does it take to actually get through all of your daily quests every single day. Nearly 2 hours. I spent nearly 2 hours just doing the daily quests, and I was like, okay, great. So if this was the minimum that we were doing every single day, that's not too big of a deal. I do want to note that I was actively playing it. I wasn't necessarily having it on in the background, then just updating it here and there to like have it continue on its own and do the auto battles. I was actively going through and making sure I was updating it as frequently as possible. The second something ended, I went on. You can go watch that video if you'd like. And towards the end of that video, I started to go on this rant about the absolute time suck of this game. I'm gonna be honest with you, my brain started churning and it started thinking of all these other things that I just really wanted to say, and I had to cut myself off in that video because it needed to be its own piece of content. I think it needed to be its own video, particularly because I actually think that this is a subject that a lot of people relate to. I think that this is something that the player base has long commented on, complained about, have opinions about, voiced over. This is a big topic about how much time is spent in Raid. Now, here's the thing.
Hold up, now it's time to click my link in the description below so that you can get yourself a free Karato, as well as 3 other insane epics as you level up. Here's how to do it. Log out of Play and Play on PC and uninstall. Click the link in the description and register with a brand new email. Launch Raid and complete the tutorial. Go to your inbox and claim your first champ. Don't miss out on your chance to get a free Karato right after signing up, as well as Anax, Uugo, and Mausoleum Mage as you progress through the game. Click on my link right now and let's crush this together.
In my videos, I always like to go in and go, okay, there's a lot of content around Raid Shadow Legends, right? As is with many other video games. There's a lot of content creators, a lot of people putting out videos. I tried to go in and go, okay, what's a different angle that I can look at this for? What's a different way that I can put a spin on it? Or how can I add my own personal touch to it? And then I had this thought of how I should probably share these true deep feelings that I've had of losing love for the game, not enjoying it, getting overly obsessed over it to the point where it was toxic and not healthy, mentally, emotionally, physically even, given the time that is spent on it. It's a big deal and it takes a lot of work, and I thought that I would get a little bit open and honest and share a bit of those deep, dark feelings with you here in this video, if that's okay. Hi, hello. If you've never seen my face before, my name is Fail, and I create Raid Shadow Legends content for both a free-to-play account so that I can help other players who are newer to the game get through, as well as a main account that's been around for years. She's a fixer-upper. We're working on it. Don't judge if you look too deeply. As I mentioned earlier, I was recording a video to show how long just the dailies take, the daily quests and the advanced quests take to get done for a normal Raid Shadow Legends player. Now, typically, you could probably get through them much faster than an hour and a half like I did for this account over here, simply because there were quite a few times where I was going in and fine-tuning and trying to progress in certain areas of the game. I wasn't doing the fastest runs in Faction Wars or Doom Tower, etc., when I was doing my silver keys and all that. So you could get it down a lot faster. I ended that video, and then I continued to have my stopwatch going as I continued to finish up all the other items that typically you would want to do in this game every single freaking day, including finishing all of your tag team arena tokens, your classic arena tokens, going through and finishing up any Hydra keys that you want to get done for that day, Demon Lord keys, Fortress keys. I had to go run all of this up. Here is the current standing time for how long I've been playing this game today, including when I was recording that video earlier today when I was doing the daily quest, but I continued on to do all the other extra stuff. I want you to keep in mind, I have not finished. I still need to finish up some areas. When Live Arena, oh, it's open. For example, Live Arena, I need to get in here and get this done right now, get some more keys in. I need to go finish up my Doom Tower keys. I need to get this freaking Dino Rhino dude. I need to figure out how to beat him. I've never finished hard mode on Doom Tower, so I'm trying to get through that. That's gonna take a second. I mean, unless I somehow find like the perfect team on the first try, which rarely, if ever, happens. So keeping all of that in mind, here is the current standing time for how long I've been playing Raid Shadow Legends today. And I'm not done. And mind you, I went on after that video when I first just did the dailies, right? I went on, got some other tasks done. I got some work done, got some foods, you know, the normal human stuffs that you're supposed to do. But Raid was continuing to run in the background consistently. Every single time I noticed that it needed an update, whether that was to start a new auto run on Doom Tower or do some, you know, check in on the classic arena and get some of those keys done, do Demon Lord's other stuffs, I would update it. So I've been consistently having these two games, both for my main account and for my free-to-play account, playing in the background for this amount of time, and I'm not even done. It's safe to say that all of those people on Reddit, all those people in comment sections of other YouTube videos, when they say that Raid Shadow Legends is a full-time job, I don't think they're too far off. And this allows me to wrap back to what I was mentioning before, which is how I was feeling some lost love for the game that I enjoyed so much at a given time. There was a time where I was so obsessed with this game that I would check in, and if I forgot to claim some rewards that I left so that I can, you know, time it perfectly or have it ready in my inbox and it won't expire, you know, too quickly before I can get it finished, like this one right here. There was a time where if I didn't complete and grab all of those resources from, like, say, the daily reward system, I remember there were 1 or 2 days where I missed it, and I was so toxically upset. Not like angry, mad, and I was grumpy and grr, all that stuff. I was torn. I was so upset with myself, and I was so sad. Legitimately, I got so emotional over messing that up, and I was beating myself up over it because I felt like I totally messed up my game. I lost those resources that later on probably would have helped me out and made such a huge difference and completely changed the whole game for me. It was that obsessive. It was to the point where I was so tied to this game and checking it so religiously and making sure I was getting all the rewards I was supposed to be getting and doing all the daily things and working my job regularly, that if I missed a step or if I messed up, it mentally hurt me. It became one of those things where it was an obsession. And it wasn't fun. It was a to-do list that I needed to go through, check off, and complete. And if I didn't complete it, I was a failure in my own brain. Do you know how much saying that sentence out loud hurts? How dumb that is? Like, looking back at it, how absolutely, completely ridiculous is that? To be so engraved in a game that it dictates your happiness, it dictates your mood, it dictates whether or not you have a good rest of your night, it dictates whether or not the next day you are grumpy as... I didn't want to say this out loud. I didn't want to record it and put it out into the world, okay? Because it's embarrassing. It sounds really ridiculous. But then as I was thinking about it, there are loads of gamers like that. There are tons of people that get so obsessed and so ingrained into a game, not just Raid Shadow Legends. I can name quite a few other games that can become quite addictive. There was a time I was super addicted to League of Legends. There was a time that tons of other people were super addicted to this game called WoW, and it literally ruined marriages. This happens. It's a thing. So I decided that, one, I would be a little bit, you know, transparent here. Is this guy going to take a turn? I feel like he's one of those people, it's definitely not me, where that you start a live arena and then you forget that you clicked to start a live arena and went and did something else while you waited for it to start, and or he's toying with me. Maybe he's one of those people. Is this the thing? Do some people load in and then purposely let the timers go, hoping that the other person will just leave? I feel like there's players who do that. I think that's a thing. Okay, totally side. Back to our main subject. So what happened when I had this realization that the game was a little bit too much for me to handle, or rather I couldn't handle myself. Let's put it more clearly and authentically what it really was. Let's keep it clear. I was a little bit too much into it and too obsessed. And especially for, you know, a simple game, a game that you can even just play on your phone, it just feels kind of silly. So I had to take a step back. If you haven't caught on by now, I'm actually describing feelings that I had years ago, but it was very real feelings, and it was a real, very real place that I was. And not only that, that during that time, I had this realization that I was getting too obsessed with this game, other games, video games in general, and it was really toxic, and I decided to take a step back. I used to create content in general, both for this Raid Shadow Legends channel as well as another one, and I decided to take a step back for other reasons as well. As I did that, I had that realization of, this is toxic, this is bad, this is a job, and I'm not enjoying it anymore. I'm not having fun. Jobs generally aren't fun, let's be honest. He's doing it on purpose, I swear. After a while, I did come back, but not in the same way. I did re-download the game, log in to my main account, to my normal account, and I did continue to play, but it was very different. I didn't, you know, contribute much with CVCs. I didn't go for fusions. I didn't really look at events really at all. I got in, did the dailies, maybe looked around a little bit, and then left. There was like a year and a half where I was just kind of and he left. Okay, thanks for the freebie forever later. How long was that I sat there just to get a free win? My goodness. When I went back in, I kind of just was on autopilot, right? I was doing all the normal stuff you're supposed to do, but I wasn't necessarily like learning. I wasn't building. I wasn't progressing. I wasn't trying to really enjoy the game. It kind of just felt like something that, okay, I took a break and now I should probably go back. Slowly, as I started to kind of grow and work on myself in many different areas of my life, as we sometimes do as adults or are forced to do, depending on where you're at in your life and who you're surrounded by, I was able to kind of get back into the flow of enjoying gaming again, enjoying the things that I used to love. I used to find a lot of enjoyment in. I think that this is pretty common. I've heard lots of other people on social media and in person saying that as a video game player, I loved video games. I used to enjoy them so much. And nowadays, I kind of feel like, yeah, just like that. I feel like that. I kind of feel like nothing is enjoyable anymore. Anytime I try to play anything on Steam or try a new game out or play all my old games that I used to love so much, I can't find the same enjoyment that I used to. It's like a depression for video games, right? For me, it was outside influences causing me to not enjoy what I usually love. And I had to do a lot of self-reflection, do a lot of stuff. And obviously I didn't self-reflect so that I can enjoy video games again. I did a lot of self-reflection and growth so that I can fix myself in the ways that I needed to be fixed. I ended up enjoying something I used to love very, very much again, which was video games. I got back into Raid. I started playing it more, enjoying it more, watching the content for it again, learning and growing and enjoying it a lot. But here's the thing. Now, when I'm going through and I'm spending this amount of time, which is insane, 6 hours, and I'm not even done. Like, there's still so much content to go through and get done and push through in some cases. While there's still a whole lot to get done and do, I'm enjoying it. I'm having fun doing it. I'm enjoying having the game on my monitor, my separate monitor, while I have work or what have you, whatever I'm doing on my main monitor. And I enjoy going through and going, oh, I could build out this new team, or this one person, this one YouTuber had this idea to do this, or build out this crazy weird, I don't know, mechanic in the game. Or fusions and CVCs. I'm enjoying planning and figuring them out, and I love freaking creating content around it. So I went through that phase that I think a lot of people do, where they lose love for stuff that they used to sincerely, truly, animately enjoy, whether that's video games or what have you. And maybe that was because of an obsession with it that was a little bit unhealthy. I don't know why I just put shields on myself. I'm a little distracted here. I'm gonna lose this because of you guys. Thanks a lot. Because I decided to share my soul today for whatever reason. We all go through that. And I think that Raid Shadow Legends is an interesting topic when it comes to the amount of time, the time suck that it takes, and the fact that a lot of people feel like it's a job and that they have to constantly check in on it. It's like a baby that they have to nurture and that they have to keep track of constantly. There's days during fusions, especially for my free-to-play account, where an event is about to end, a dungeon divers, gear enhancement, what have you, and I had forgotten that I hadn't finished it. So I will log in right before bed when I'm supposed to be going to sleep, and I'll spend another hour, 2 hours. There was one night I spent like 5 hours on a CVC because we were so close to winning and it was tied and it was back-to-back. We ended up losing, by the way, which was crazy. Looking back on it, it was actually a lot of fun. You know what I mean? Those late night gamings, it's a lot of fun, but at the same time, it was like I had already gone to bed. I had gone to bed, laid down, and then the clan started talking about how we were so close. We all wanted to go all in. I was like, okay, bed, I'm getting up. Let's do it. There's pros and cons. And I had to weigh for myself, is this healthy for me or is it not? Currently, I do feel like it is. I have it in a healthy little box in my brain, in my life. I'm enjoying it. It's fun. There are some nights I'm a little bit frustrated with it. But if you ask any gamer for any other games across the board, I'm sure they have their frustrations with their games as well. I can name a few games that probably create more frustrations than others. Oh, why'd you pick them up, you bishka? You know what's the most frustrating about this team too, is that these two are just gonna keep reviving everyone, each other. My team has way more health than they do. We're slowly whittling them down, but at the same freaking time, that's right, I stole your debuffs, they're gone. Let's talk about time management, specifically for Raid Shadow Legends. For me, what I've learned to do is, because I'm a content creator for this specific game, obviously I can justify spending more time on it than I feel like a lot of people can, because it could be considered a job. I'm also lucky enough to where, even though this isn't my full-time job, this is definitely not what pays the bills every single month, yet. Hopefully that's a yet. We're working on it. I'm very lucky to be in a place where I work from home, and it allows me to have, multiple monitors and a PC, and allows me to have the game going on in the background while I'm doing other tasks. I can have all the auto runs running, and I'm able to play the game while also being productive in my life. Not everyone can do that. I mean, some people probably play Raid, at work, whether you work in construction. I could totally see a construction worker in between whatever you're doing on lunch breaks with Raid Shadow Legends open on your phone. No judgment at all. I'm just saying, that's a funny thought. We just hit the 6-hour mark for playing this game today, and this isn't like the longest I've played Raid in a day. I think there's quite a few people, I've heard others say that they could potentially, no life this. And when I say no life, I don't mean like just eyes to screen constantly play it because you can auto battle a lot of stuff. I mean, like, just have it open and playing constantly all day, every single day. Not to mention all the tools we can use, like RSL Helper, Hell Hades, whatever, to like have everything just running. I have had to do some time management with this game for sure. I've in the morning, I'll get on, I'll maybe check on some things, see what events are going on, watch maybe some content while I'm getting ready and doing my normal morning routine with my doggo and stuffs. And then what I do is I have the game go on and I do some of the daily stuffs, get it going, and as it's doing auto battles, I put it on I have a third monitor, don't judge me. I put it on my third monitor and I allow myself to get to work. I start working on other things like planning out content, working on client stuff, yada yada. And then, every now and then I will go over and check it and update it. That's totally fine. Later on in the night, if all the dailies and everything are done, then what I do is I go in and I go, okay, I want to work on this. I want to progress here. I want to build on this specific area or this specific thing. There's little time limits that you have to set, or rather that I had to set for my gameplay to not become overly obsessed and way too engraved in it to the point where it was toxically holding me hostage. And again, let me be very clear, I was the one that was allowing it to toxically hold me hostage, right? The game didn't force me to play. While the devs are very, very good at creating a space and an area to pull you in and keep you there and make you addictively want to pull shards and gamble a little bit, I still made that choice, and I still choose to play the game because I enjoy it so much. I have a lot of fun figuring it out, playing it analytically, going through and strategizing how I'm going to do certain things, how I'm going to save for certain events, how I'm going to be very, very frugal in some areas, especially with the free-to-play account. I find it very enjoyable, personally. So essentially what I wanted to do today is take this time to show that yes, this game does take time, and yes, sometimes it is quite frustrating and kind of a pain point for a bit of the community, for some in the community. And I wanted to acknowledge that the game has flaws, the community has concerns, and also it happens to be a really fun place to be. I've actually met some pretty dang cool people through this game that I enjoy talking to and having conversations with. For me, as a mom, so aside from my son, of course, 100%. Aside from that, playing video games has been one of the biggest highlights of my life. It's been an escape. It's been an incredible place to be. It's been places where I've met insanely awesome people. I'm gonna be honest, I feel like they could have won that. Hey, we went up. I want to kind of wrap this up with emphasizing the importance of personal enjoyment and setting boundaries, and understanding where you're at in maybe not just this video game, but all video games, or just an enjoyment, a hobby, something that you have in your life. I enjoy this game thoroughly right now, so much. I look forward to waking up and turning on my PC and opening up my multiple games, apparently, that I'm currently doing. You are a pain. You are a pain. What am I supposed to do? You're a pain. I'm leaving the myth. I'm gonna leave them. We're just going for it. We're just gonna see how it goes. I find enjoyment in this game a lot. I'm enjoying it immensely currently in my life. There was a time where I wasn't. I was getting really boggled down, and I realized, of course, that I was getting a little too attached, and there were flaws in my life that I really needed to address, and that's okay. As of right now, Raid Shadow Legends, while it's a huge time suck and it's a freaking job sometimes, I'm having a whole lot of fun with it. But I would love to hear your thoughts, because I know that the community has a lot of opinions on this specific topic, on how Raid and video games can be a huge time suck and sometimes feel like a job and have a lot of responsibilities and feel like it's like their child that they have to nurse and take care of consistently. I'd love to hear your thoughts on where you're at with the game. I also want to leave a final note of just remember the most important thing about this game is not resources. It's not the time that it takes. It's not being able to have the fastest speed tuned team or do the most damage or get the highest score in a tournament. It's not winning CVCs. It's not finishing every fusion. To me, the most important thing in this game, concept to grasp, I should say, is realizing that you don't have to do everything. And again, that's just like with everything in life. You don't have to do everything, and everything's gonna be okay if you don't. Alright, this video was a little bit deeper than my usual, and I apologize. I've had a lot to say on this specific topic, and I didn't want to, beat a dead horse because it's constantly talked about all the freaking time, but I do have opinions about it, and I just wanted to share them here, and I would love to hear your thoughts as well. I appreciate your time today. Wish me luck on beating this team, because I am going to finish this video before I allow you to see if I do or not, just to leave you on edge, because I know you're going to wonder about it for the rest of the freaking night, and it's going to bother you. Have an amazing freaking rest of your day. Keep killing it to the best of your abilities, and I'll see ya.